Hello everybody, and I hope you love purple because if you're playing Mythgard right now, man is it a sea of purple out there. So good to see purple finally getting some love. But anyway, I am your host, Lonk the Sane. This is Casual Tuesday. Good to have you back once again. Before we get started, one announcement I would like to make. I am now part of Team Nephilim. I am part of an esports team. Very excited to be a part of it. Other YouTubers, streamers, content creators on the team include Cool Cat, who you know is a Mythgard player as well. There's also Mirrors. We have Gutter9, and unconfirmed as of yet, but I believe DJ Gray, MTG, has joined the team as well. He's a Mythgard player. He also does some Magic Gathering, so very excited for this opportunity. Very excited to be part of this team. For this channel, you're not going to see a whole lot of changes. I still plan on doing 2 videos for Mythgard a week. Still do the Casual Tuesdays and the latter Thursdays. May get some additional opportunities, collaborations and whatnot. But overall, I don't think the channel is going to change too much. In about a week or so, we'll have a website up and running. And I will have an article on that website when it's running, so I will keep you guys posted. So Lonk is expanding his media empire slowly but surely. So yeah, good things are coming, some new exciting opportunities. So I will leave some links below. You can check out some of the content from my new teammates, and stay tuned because good things are happening. So anyway, the deck we're playing today, it's going to be a red purple aggro deck. It's an Orpheum deck. Orpheum centers around this. Orpheum of Horrors. When the occupying minion dies, deals 1 damage to all minions and players. That includes our own minions and ourselves. So as long as we're ahead on board, this card is just gangbusters. It just keeps the board under control. It keeps pinging away at our opponent even when we're making trades. So very powerful card. This is not my build. This is a build that was come up with by Noah. One change I did make to the deck, I did remove a Crimson Pact, and instead I put Oak of Dodana. The reason being is Crimson Pact, this deck already plays a little loose with your life total. Crimson Pact having 2 in here seemed a little bit iffy. Oak of Dodana is just too good not to have in a deck where you're constantly sacrificing your own minions. So that's why I included it in here. Still, it's a very affordable deck. Only 3 mythic rares in here. If you remember from the first time we did an Orpheum deck, there were only 8 purple cards in the whole deck. There were the 4 Racer and Shadow, there were 3 Steampunk, and there was the Misfortune. Noah's added a few things here. He put 3 copies of Emperor Koi, gives the top minion in our deck +2/+2 permanently. I know Noah's very high on this card. I'm not as high on it, but I do think it is much improved from where it was before. Might even see some competitive play as well. But we don't know what that minion's going to be that gets that boost. It's whatever's on top in our deck. So yeah, hopefully it's something with Rush, like a Daring Trapezus or an Iron Belly Wyvern, so we can get in for a bunch of damage. But that's a fun effect to have. There's a couple of Neo Gangams because we're playing a rainbow deck. And, you know, +1/+1 warded. Very good. There's 2 Metamorphosis. This got a whole lot better with the patch. Instead of making them into a 2/2 electric sheep, it's now just a 1/1 that strips them of all abilities, so it's a good quasi removal type spell. We also have 2 Spirit the Gates, good card to get some graveyard recursion, but we can play a minion on it and then bring something that costs less back from the boneyard into our hand. Previously with this card, it also increased the mana cost. That increase is now gone. It's just straight up bring it back from the boneyard, kind of like a Wake the Bones type effect. There's 2 pocket instances in here. This is a good card for when your opponent's expecting a trade. Instead, you take them out and your minion's still standing. And a Grandma Meng's Tea House. Interesting little enchantment to have in here because it reduces the cost for the top minion in our deck. So, along with Emperor Koi, which, you know, gives it a bonus. Grandma Meng's Tea House is also reducing costs. So, a couple of different enchantments that affect the next minion in our deck. But again, it's kind of a toss-up. We don't know what that minion's going to be. So hopefully it's something that will help us out for the better. And then red, a lot of the usual fare you see in red. We have 2 Iron Flesh Performers because it has armor 1. It's not affected when the Orpheum is pinging all the minions. We have 4 Daring Trapezus. We have a Crimson Pact. We have 2 Iron Belly Wyverns, 3 Panic Raiders, 2 of the Red Carnival. Great card for swing in for a bunch of damage. The Oak that I added, and of course, 2 Wings of Abaddon. So that's a look at the deck. We're going to try to be as aggressive as possible. But let's jump into a couple of games here. Let's see what happens. Hopefully there's some carnage and some mayhem. All right. Our opponent's going to be Aleph 38. And we've got a fancy new battlefield. It's an actual field this time. One of the options that we got with the latest patch is you can now choose a battlefield when you're designing your deck. So let me turn the sound on for you guys. So I just burned Red Carnival, played out Orpheum Horrors. And this hand kind of sucks, to be honest. We don't have a whole lot in the way of minions. So let's see if they put something in front of the Orpheum. Maybe I can crash into a Eraser and Shadow. There's a Mind Freak, so if I were them, I would probably target the Emperor Koi. Because that's the only minion I have besides the Racer and Shadow. Racer might be a target too. What do they get? 5 Spirit Gate. Okay. And one of the buffs to Mind Freak is I can no longer burn this card once it's been hit. So if you try to burn it, nope. Just tells you straight up no. So let's burn the Neo Gangam. Pass the turn. Alright, there's our Red Carnival back. Might just play that out next turn, because what else am I going to do? This hand is awful. Our opponent appears to be on some sort of reanimator plan. But of course they're in no rush, because we're not doing anything. We're just spinning our wheels. So it really is an aggressive deck, but we just don't have anything aggressive. And that's one thing I'm kind of curious about with this deck. I don't know if Rainbow's End is a great path to run for this style of deck. I think you need more minions. I think you need more stuff that you can crash with the Orpheum. And we drew a Panic Raider, but of course we can't play it because we don't have 2 red mana. I mean, oh jeez. All right, so let's burn the Emperor Koi. We'll play out the Carnival. We'll say go. I feel like Journey of Souls would be a better path to use, maybe, potentially, but I always want to give it a try when somebody creates something, even though I know I added the Oak in here. So our opponent's thinking. They haven't spun their disc yet. So I'm guessing they don't have the pieces that they need. Okay, there's a Hotel Barkeep. There's a Racer and Shadow that we can't use. Man, this is awful. I'm sorry, people. This is not good content at all. But let's just play out the Emperor Koi. So we'll boost whatever's on top of our deck. Whatever minion's on top of our deck. If it's an enchantment or a spell, it'll still affect the top minion. We'll just have to wait an extra turn to draw it. Alright, opponent finally spins the disc while they put it in the boneyard. Like, they're not even worried about us. Like, they took their sweet time before they spun the disc. Okay, Tarragon. Not the worst. Tarragon is tough, though. Alright, Powerful Ramen. So now they want to draw a card. And Hotel Barkeep got a boost. He's now a 3/4 instead of a 2/4. But we do have the Metamorphosis if he gets too out of hand. Let's see what we draw. The Hopeless Necromantic. Okay, so Tarragon's going to be coming back out of the boneyard. and it's a steam bun. Not the best, not the worst to have a boost to. So I think what we do is we use the metamorphosis here. And then we just take out the sheep. And then we will play out the steam bun. Probably have those switched. I probably should have played the Emperor Koi on the Red Carnival and the steam bun on the Orpheum Horrors. That way I could sack the steam bun and do damage. But not worried about the barkeep at all just yet. Because we're out racing the opponent. They're about to get hit for 6 next turn. Alright, that's a Divine Compass. So our opponent's going to look at the top 3. They're probably digging for another Hopeless Necromantic, which is a good sign. Opponents taking their time, playing very slowly. Maybe somebody a little bit newer to this kind of deck. Alright. So, let's burn the Iron Flesh Performer. I do want to slide the Emperor Koi off of here. And instead we'll play Panic Raider on it, because Panic Raider for sure next turn will be dead one way or another. So let's get in for 8 on the opponent. And we'll pass the turn. Alright, 5 Spirit Gate. Our other 5 Spirit Gate. So we can hit our opponent for 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 12 if we use the Squire Pike. Actually, it'll be 13 once the Panic Raider dies. 14, 15 because this will get a boost. I don't think we'll have quite lethal, but let's see what we draw here. Especially if our opponent's not going to challenge us. Looks like they're still digging for that Hopeless Necromantic. Right, there's a Barkeep. Alright, so let's attack the Barkeep. So that'll deal 1 to everything. And then if I play the Racer in Shadow, I'm going to boost that Steam Bun even more. So we're in for 12 at this point. I can get 13 with the Squire Pike. And I think we have lethal. So we put the Pike here. Get in for 9. 4. Opponent's down to 3. We play the Daring Trapezist. Get in for 2. Get in with the Racer and Shadows. So we combo off. Bam! That feels good. Nice little swing from this deck. So Orpheum kind of showing off its power. Red Carnival. It's a nice addition. So basically by putting that hotel barkeep, it gave us an extra minion to crash into. We were able to sacrifice 2 of ours and take out that barkeep. So that gave a huge boost to the Steam Bun on the Red Carnival. And yeah, so by playing defensively, we kind of punished our opponent for it. We were able to get in for a whole bunch of damage. So that was a nice game. Had the Metamorphosis to finish off that hopeless necromantic, so they couldn't bring their minion back. And I wasn't too sure about having the boost to the Steam Bun, but that ended up being difference maker, right? I mean, if that Steam Bun had come in as a 1/1, we wouldn't have been able to win that one. So yeah, nice little combo we finished there. And do I have any missions left? Let me check and see. I think I got all my missions cleared. Alright. Let's just hope we can get another game in here. Alright, there we go. What is this one? DB19193. Alright. Don't forget, last game we had a pretty terrible opening hand too that I was whining about, but we still managed to... Alright. Let's burn the Neo Gangam. Pass turn. Next turn, maybe the Crimson Pact. Oh, that's an Orpheum. That's a Steam Bun. So I think what we'll do this turn, and there's the Neo Gangam I just burned. Yeah, boy. Alright, so let's burn the Crimson Pact. Play out the Trapezist. Take out Steam Bun. And Steam Bun also has the ability now to call some friends to help it. That was a big boost that it got. So they'll probably play the Steam Bun out in front of my Trapezist again. And if that's the case, I'm going to drop the Orpheum on the Trapezist. Spread some damage. And what was that? Alright, some kind of weird purple-yellow deck. The Jade Puma. They don't challenge it though. So instead, I think I'm going to burn... the Iron Flesh. And play out Panic Raider. Let's get in for 4. Get a Steam Bun of our own. And we'll pass the turn. So we'll see how the opponent wants to block here, if they want to block. If they don't block my minions, I think I'll put Red Carnival on the Daring Trapezist, and then when I attack with the Panic Raider, it'll boost the Trapezist power. Or I could always put Orpheum on something if they choose to block it. So they're going to make a trade. Alright, there's a Steam Bun. They'll get in for 4. Alright, so I think the game plan here is going to be... I think the Carnival can go for now. Because the game plan is going to be... Actually... I can play the Carnival, but I don't think I want to burn the Emperor Koi. But I can put the Neo Gangam. Yeah, I think I burned the Steam Bun. And then, you know what? How about we wipe their board instead? So we'll play the Orpheum out over here. Put out our Daring Trapezist here. Make this trade. We'll lose our own minion, but they'll lose 2. And let's pass the turn. So we got some bloody satisfaction out of that one. Enchant Eater. Okay. There's a Steam Bun. So I think that Orpheum is kind of doomed. But instead I think I just go Emperor Koi. Alright, we'll boost the next minion and pass the turn. So if they want to take the Orpheum, I'm just gonna... Sweet. You know what? I don't know why people complain. This game's really easy. Just draw all the cards that you need. It absolves you of anything wrong. Alright, so we're going to take damage each time we play a minion. But I think we just want to race here, to be honest. So I want to play the Wyvern. Kind of away from that Enchant Eater because they could just easily slide it over. Let's get in for 6. I think I'm going to burn the 5 Spirit Gate. Don't know that I really... Well, there's Trapezes in there that I might want to bring back. I think for now, I'll hold off on playing the Orpheum. Instead, I'll play the Steam Bun. The Pike could help us. And honestly, if they want to take out the Steam Bun, I'm not too upset about it. But hopefully next turn we can sack the Steam Bun. Hopefully they'll just swing in for 5 damage here. And that will boost 5, 6, 7, 8. Rogue Eidolon. Okay. So I think the plan's going to stay the same. That's a Racer in Shadow. That's a big Racer in Shadow. So, we're going to play the Red Carnival over here. We will sack the Steam Bun. Bring in Neo Gangnam. We can take out the Rogue Eidolon. Get in for 3. And then we will burn the 5 Spirit Gate. No, I think Neo Gangnam can go. 5 Spirit Gate could help us bring stuff back from the Boneyard if we start running out of gas. We've got a giant 4-3 Racer in Shadow. So we'll use that to take out that problematic Kadeho. And unfortunately, we can't attack because we already did with the Wyvern, so we've got a chance here. Kind of tripping up the opponent's game plan. Let's see what they want to put in front of us. Racer and Shadow. Alright, that'll trade. Boxbringer. Alright, that'll... Not this turn, but it's going to make our Emperor Koi really weak. That's another Emperor Koi. So I think we played the Orpheum here. Put out over our Emperor Koi here. Give a boost to something in our deck. We'll say go. Oh, actually, let's attack for 1. Now we'll say go. So next turn, that's going to die. That's going to put our minion up to 5. If we can get a rush minion, we can potentially win next turn. Hopefully they don't have Wonder Drug or something like that, but that's another Poxbringer. Unfortunate. Our opponent's pretty low on cards too, so maybe they don't have much. Alright, so they didn't allow us to wait for the attack. That's a Wings of Abaddon. So what we can do is we can slide over with this Koi. Play the Wings. Sacrifice. Drop to 8, and that is enough for lethal. Red Carnival getting it done again. So we haven't done much with the purple enchantments, but Red Carnival and Orpheum of Horrors have just been excellent. So let's try one more. And for some reason now, whenever I re-queue, I disconnect temporarily. You might notice that my profile picture in the bottom left there, it got the disconnect blink. So right now the metagame is kind of in turmoil, but I think purple-green is going to emerge as a good solid control deck on the ladder. I've seen a bunch of those decks. They are all excellent. I tried out Peach Control a little bit. Deck is still pretty iffy. As I'd like to call it, it's pretty aggressively mediocre. I love Peach Control, but unfortunately there's just not a whole lot of good top end. Even when you start adding like the Boogeyman or Goju Supreme, just can't keep up with the other control decks that are currently out there. And let's see what we got for game number 3. Karax is our opponent. Alright, this is decent. So let's burn the Crimson Pact. Out the Iron Flesh Performer. There you go. Alright, Grandma Meng's Tea House. Hopefully we draw a true 2-drop for next turn. Now we'll probably burn some purple. We'll clear out whatever they put in front of the Iron Flesh Golem. Alright, they're not going to put anything in front of it. They're going to play Maze. We don't need 2 Neo Gangams, so we'll burn one of them. Let's get in for 2. And we'll say go. See what the opponent wants to do. Next turn might be burn some of the purple, play out the Neo Gangam. We'll boost our Iron Flesh, so it'll have plus, so now it'll be a 3/2 with warded. And armor 1. That's a Born Again. And there's the Okadodana. Hopefully we'll get another purple soon. So So I think we still stick with the game plan. We'll burn. I think this Racer and Shadow. Late Neo Gangam. That way this will live. But we'll attack into the Born Again. Make a trade. Or not even a trade. We'll just remove it when the opponent wasn't expecting it. Hopefully we draw a red card. We can get the Oak out next turn. Get that online. But I think we're kind of falling a step behind here. So there's no purple in this deck apparently. This time we have the Racer and Shadow that can deal with the Born Again. So let's do that.
Leave it all on the track.
And then I think we actually burn the Oak, unfortunately. No, we don't. Nah, you know what? We want the Oak. So we'll burn the Panic Raider. We'll just play it out next turn. We'll play out Grandma Meng's Tea House. That way we can start reducing the cost of our minions. Let's get in for 3. And we'll say go. We also could do the Emperor Koi next turn. So don't want to get too greedy about playing out the Panic Raider. I think in the long term the Oak will have more value for us, but They are one turn away from being able to play a Misanthropia. That's a Wendish Giant. That's a good target for Metamorphosis. It's better than one Metamorphosis, two Metamorphoses. So let's Metamorphosis that. Take it out. And we'll just say go. I don't want to burn any of those. See what the opponent does. So next turn we could potentially play the Emperor Koi onto the tea house. So our minion will cost one less, and we'll get +2/+2.
Stay calm.
Magpie or Enforcer. I think that's just a trade we make. For now, let's just play Emperor Koi. Let's make this. Oh, it only gets -1. Well, I think we stay back and block then, don't we? Armor 2, Piercing, Slayer 2. Oh, it's Armor 2. Okay, I thought it was Armor 1. I was confused as to why the attack wouldn't work, so let's just hang back. We'll let the opponent attack into us. And that's a Harvester. Haven't seen that in a hot minute. And we get another Wings of Abaddon. That's a 6/3 for 3 mana. So I think what we do is we set ourselves up to make the trade. We'll play out the Oka-Dodana. We'll burn one of the wings. And we'll just say go here. So the opponent's going to get in for 2. We'll block the Harvester. Okay. So we'll get some value out of the Oak. We'll gain a life. We'll ping the opponent for 1. Led astray, so there goes the Oak. Probably should have sequenced that before they attacked. Right, they play their Viper all the way on the other end. Alright, so if we play this, yep, we can play this on here.
Leave it all on the track.
Take out the Harvester. That'll put a maze in their hand. Then we'll play our Wings of Abaddon, get in for 6. Alright, we got our opponent down to 14. We got 5 Spirit Gate. Not going to help us much at the moment. Olama Ring, sure. So we're going to get hit for 6, but we're still pretty well ahead of the opponent. They're probably going to drop that maze in front of our wings. I'd be very surprised if they didn't. And they don't. Okay. They're going to hop over with the Enforcer. They'll make that trade. I don't know why they wouldn't just put a Defender in front of it to block it. They could have stayed a little more aggressive, but so be it. Hopefully we draw something. Carnival, not going to help us much. So we might as well just play an enchantment. Let's play the 5 Spirit Gate. Kind of running out of gas here. We'll say go. Now the opponent can only get in for 3. That's God's main transport, and that's honestly that's probably the game. Yeah, I don't think we don't have Magmatar or anything to even clear some space out on the board. Sorry, Belly Wyvern. We have Tea House. We have this gate. We have Gangam. Play it on the gate. We get back Racer and Shadow. Yeah, I don't. We have the one Crimson Pack take out the transport, but yeah, I'm just gonna end the video here. I mean, our opponent is just controls in their territory. We weren't able to get enough damage quick enough on them, so you saw at the end there we just kind of ran out of steam. But all right, well done by the opponent. So we went 2-1. We got some nice combos off with this. We got to see some of the enchantments, how they help out with it. Emperor Koi boosting some of our minions. So overall, this is a very fun style of deck. It's always a lot of fun when you can sack your own minions for value to help you win. I'd say the real star of this one was that Red Carnival. We were able to swing for, what was it, 18 or 19 in a single turn. So, yeah, this is definitely a good deck to try out. Not too expensive. I made one change. I did add the oak, which made it a little more expensive. But honestly, you could probably play this without the oak. I just thought it was too good not to play in the deck. So, yeah, good job by Noah. Very fun, very interesting little deck. Don't know if this will be necessarily competitive on the ladder. As you saw there, it just kind of died out against the control deck. Orpheum in general, it's just, you either win very quickly or there's really no long game plan. It's aggro or nothing, which makes it kind of tough if you don't get your plan online. But overall, those are a fun couple of games, so give this deck a try. I think you'll enjoy it. A lot of people are experimenting with purple, so hope you guys will do the same. But that's going to be it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. I will be back for Ladder Thursday. And of course, check out some of those links below. You can check out my team on Twitter. We're also on Discord if you want to check us out there too. So yeah, today's been a good day. So that's going to be it for me. I will see you guys next time.